blood thinning capacity, clotting capacity. So you got to be careful about figs in that sense. But other than that, it is a very good iron producing, vegetarian food resource that you can get your iron resources from. So fig in your rates of iron and also fiber, especially for GI concerns with constipation and stuff. Okay, who's going next?
Grain for 500.
Grains for 500, and please name yourself.
Sushma Jaggi.
Shushma ji, very good. Welcome on board, and grains for 500 it is for you.
Ragi. Jawar.
Sushma ji, please answer.
Quinoa.
Come on, let her answer first.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Okay, Sushma ji, is your answer ragi?
Yes.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Let's see who's got it. Okay.
Raju.
Yes.
The same thing, right?
No, it's
Raj.
no.
This is Raj Jeera. So amaranth is a very good grain, and first of all, let Dr. Ashwini give her insight, and then I will add on to it.
So first of all, it is gluten free. So whoever wants to avoid gluten in their diet can go for amaranth. It is and it is rich in vitamin C and iron. And the next thing is that cholesterol levels. It decreases the cholesterol levels very much actually. So these things are actually very, very important. And it's like we are moving away from the grains. Like if you don't want to eat rice, then you can try amaranth because it helps you, decreases the blood sugar levels, decreases the cholesterol levels, and it is gluten free. Those who are allergic to gluten or have celiac disease can go and try amaranth actually.
Excellent. Thank you, Ashwini. Ashwini, I think, is just hitting the nail on the wall. She's getting all the right points. It is, amaranth is a grain. हमारे खाने पे जो different mixes are there, we are forgetting we are grains that we utilize than what we used to utilize. Especially after coming to this country, I think we have become very biased with the uses of grains. So please add amaranth in your meals, amaranth dosa, amaranth in your your peserettu, amaranth as a it can be added as a replacement for rice. For many of your dosa, idli varieties and everything, amaranth can be added as a replacement. Only thing is, amaranth has also got more fiber in it. So for some people, you just want to make sure that if you have got any GI concerns, the amaranth leaves are also extremely nutritious. It's got a lot of nutrition, the potassiums, the phosphorus, the magnesium, the manganese, every nutrient, the micronutrients, this particular grain is full of micronutrients. So use it in your dosas, in your idli batters, or replacement for your, like ragi dosa, you can make amaranth dosa. You can make, as it as a supplement for your porridge. You can make like a powder out of the amaranth and use it as a porridge powder. So a lot of benefits from that. Okay, who's going next?
Me.
I'll go 500 fruit.
I was just waiting for you, Madhuji. Welcome back. 500 for fruit.
Thank you. I just came back yesterday night.
Lovely to have you. Okay.
Okay,
500 for fruit.
Fruit. Oh, this is
White peach. Plum.
Madhuji, answer kani dijiye, please.
I don't know. It looks like plum, but it's not plum.
Take a guess, Madhuji.
Plum you get, maybe.
Huh?
One plum is very dark and soft. The other one is hard.
Correct. Okay, so let's see what your answer is. Is your answer, final answer, plum?
I think red is.
Karunda fruit. This is a new one to me.
What is karunda?
I don't know about karunda fruit.
Karunda is not
Ashwini,
red.
yeah, it is red in color, but it's in the plum category maybe. But Ashwini, do you know anything about this particular fruit, dear?
I This is my first time knowing this food, but when I researched it, it is belonging to the cherry category actually, one of the cherries actually, and it is rich in actually three things. One is vitamin C and iron. So these are both actually vitamin C is also there, iron is also there, which is going to help you absorb all the non-part of the iron in that. And second thing is it is also going to help you improve the moods because it has so much of tryptophan in it. So it is helping the mood balances and improve your just mood of that.
Okay, so it's an aphrodisiac
Vitamin
food
C
in my
also.
opinion. It's giving melatonin. Sorry,
Serotonin, no?
serotonin. Yeah. So most of your people, most of us, if you're aware, the typical tryptophan giving food here in the United States is turkey, but you can get it from a lot of the other foods without eating turkey. And you can get it from foods like this. Like she was saying, fig also has some tryptophan in it. So Karunda fruit also seems to have. This is something new I have learned today. So eat the
Yeah,
fruit
it's
as
so
it is. It is in the cherry
Even-
varieties. Madhuji, maybe you should go to the market one of these days and find out. And if you find it, please let me know.
I
Karunda.
think
But
Karunda
what
is
they call it in
nice
what do they call it here?
Patani, it says it's in English also, it says it's Karunda fruit.
Karunda
So I
fruit.
don't know. Yeah, it's in the cherry
Hello.
family.
Okay, I'll see. Thank you.
Yes,
Vegetable
okay,
is
I'll take the
200.
order. Niranjan Auntie ji, Vijaya Nair, and Kamoben. Okay, we'll go in that
Yeah,
order.
yeah.
Niranjan
Thank you.
Auntie, go ahead.
Thank you, Geetaji. Thank you.
Yeah. Niranjan aunty, yes.
Yeah, 400 vegetable, please.
400 for vegetable it is for you.
Suran.
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 Jamaican, right? They call it. also.
Suran.
G.
Suran.
So
Suran.
let's see if you got the right answer.
Yeah.
સુરણ પણ કહી શકાય. અમે ગુજરાતીમાં સુરણ કહીએ ને.
हम भी सूरन
Correct.
बोलते हैं.
You're right. We also call in Hindi also you say Suran and you also call
Suran.
it as Jimikan. And so it's in English, it is called the elephant foot ham because the size of it looks like the foot of an elephant. And Ashwini, please take the charge here to give more information and then
Even
I'll
though
share.
it is called like elephant foot yam, but it is actually called a slimming food because it is very, very helpful in weight loss actually. And it does all the good things by lowering the blood cholesterol levels and improving the blood glucose levels, like maintaining the blood glucose levels. And it has very amount of micronutrients in it. And it's because of its antioxidant property, it helps slow down the aging. So the name and its uses are exactly like contrast, but it's still interesting to know that elephant foot yam is a slimming food, even though it's named elephant foot yam.
Interesting. That's a great point made, right? Even though it's called elephant foot yam, it makes use for weight loss. The best way that you can eat elephant foot yam, please mute yourself kindly. The best way you can eat elephant foot yam is making a sabji out of it. In the south, we actually make some very delicacy foods where you can, just
એને
chop it
સંભારો.
up, cook it nicely, add a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of coconut and green chilies as a paste and put tadka. And it goes very well as a vegetable with rice, with chapati, with your sambar as a, like a vegetable as a sabji. We also use it in the combination with raw plantain. Raw plantain and suran go very well because they both has got the starch in it and it binds very well as a good vegetable together. But the sabji, suran sabji, just dried sabji, fried suran sabji is the yummiest for rasam and sambar. Oh my God, my mouth is watering now.
Yes. Yes.
You should
Okay.
make Nargis kofta with
Vijaya
that.
Auntie. Next
No,
one is
I
Vijaya
put
make
the
kofta also.
black
Vijaya
pepper.
Nair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vijaya Auntie, go ahead.
Spices 200.
Spices for 200.
Yes.
Pulses for 200, right? Yeah.
Nice.
Spices.
Spices.
Oh,
Ah.
Oh. ठीक है.
Hmm.
Fine. Chia seed.
Chia seed.
Chia seed.
Are you sure about the answer, Vijay auntie?
It look like a chia seed and ajwain too.
Your category was spices and herbs.
Yeah.
It's not seeds.
તકમરિયા
Takmaria.
તકમરિયા છે.
No,
The tail, black and white tail.
Elaichi.
Cardamom. Sesame seed. Sesame
Yeah.
seed.
Okay, let's find out. Let's find out.
Bada ilachi.
Chia seed. Job.
I said in the beginning, chia seed.
Yes, yes. Vijayji, Vijay auntie, how do you use your chia seeds?
Chia seed, I know use much, but I keep it for growing something, you know.
Okay. But Ashwini, I think there is a lot of benefits of chia. Can you please name some and
Okay,
why?
ma'am. First, it has high dietary fiber, so it can reduce your cholesterol levels. It can give you satiety. It can maintain your blood glucose levels. Everything it can. Second thing is that it has high protein also. So, if you get a high protein from a vegetarian source and you just can casually eat by dipping it and soaking it in water and drink it, you can do it normally. And if you want to avoid constipation, you can also take it. And next is that it has all the vitamins and minerals in it, like B1, B2, B3, vitamin E, calcium, magnesium, everything is there in chia seeds. So it will be very, very helpful if you want all kind of trace elements in a good quantity. And it has also antioxidant activity. So you can reduce all the inflammation that is going on in your body.
पानी में डालते तो फूल जाते हैं
जी जी
ठीक है
उसके विंग्स उतर आते निकल आते हैं जी जी
You don't have to cook also, you can just take it and drink it and you will get all the nutrients just like that.
Yes, the other important thing with chia
Omega-3
seeds
chia seeds.
is I don't know if you have had a dessert called faluda. In faluda they also use the chia seeds or the takmaria. When you put it in a little bit of milk or water, वो फूल जाता है, उसके पर उड़ जाते हैं. But this is very useful, especially to control your acidity, to balance your pH. So, subah, agar first thing in the morning, if you have acidity problem and if you have high pitta and if you produce more acid, before eating anything, a very small teaspoon of takmaria soaked overnight in a little bit of water just consumed can really help keep your pH level balanced. So takmaria or chia seeds, it is used in your oatmeal. It can be used in your salads. It can be used just sprinkled in your, the best is to use it with soaking it because that's the benefits, because otherwise sometimes the seeds kind of causes irritation in your bowels. So the seeds, as Ashwini said, any seed family is high in protein. So for people who are vegetarians and they're looking for protein sources, don't feel bad that you don't have protein sources. There is umpteen number of proteins, especially from the seeds. But when you consume chia seeds or any other seeds, you got to be careful, especially if you have GI concerns, because it can cause irritation if it is taken raw. So it's better to either add it to a salad or kind of soak it a little bit so the digestion is easier.
Yeah,
Okay.
How long do you soak? Latika ji, how long?
Overnight soaking is good. रात को पानी में डालकर उबालकर, then you can have it in the morning.
Oh, so you have to
Ubalkar.
boil it after
You
soaking.
have to
Sorry,
boil it.
not ubalkar. Sorry. I meant soak
Put the
karke.
water.
Yes,
Yes,
okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it in yogurt also. It tastes good.
Correct. Very good. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, who's going
Come,
next?
come on, auntie. Come on, auntie, please.
Kamuji. Yes.
Pulse 500.
Pulse for 500. Okay. We're going in good speed today. All right.
What is it called?
Masur.
Masoor dal.
Masoor. Okay. That's your final answer, right, Kamuji?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Lentils brown
masoor.
and masoor dal. Very good. Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Excellent. आप कैसे यूज करते हो कमू जी ये मसूर को?
High in protein.
दाल बनाते हैं दाल.
Yes, yes, very good. And any other way that you use it?
Sambar.
सांबार
Sambar,
बनाते
yes.
हैं. और सूखा सब्जी बनाते हैं भिगो
Okay.
के.
Very
Yeah.
good. Okay. And Ashwini, please add on to the knowledge.
So pulses, if you take any kind of pulses, it is very, very rich in protein first. Second is that it has a good actually. Protein
Please mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself. Everybody.
Manjula auntie, please mute yourself. Manjula auntie.
હમણાં ગાડી હોય તો હમણાં નીકળી પડવું તો પણ ગાડી વગર
1 minute, let me mute her.
Yeah. I think she's muted. Okay. Sorry, Ashwini, go ahead.
No problem. It's like first rich in protein, next it is rich in dietary fiber, and next it is rich in potassium and iron. So potassium, if you are going to take rich in potassium source for a vegetarian, it is directly you can consume pulse. It is going to reduce your blood pressure levels. Next, it is rich in iron also, so it will be very, very helpful. But one thing is that whatever kind of pulse you are going to use, you have to soak it, or you can germinate it also, and you can eat it. But without soaking it for an hour or sometime, you can't directly cook the pulses because it has so much anti-nutrients, which is not going to helpful in absorbing all the nutrients it has. But by soaking and germinating it, it will be helpful for you to get the nutrients per se and increase in the nutrients also. Like vitamin C gets increased if you soak and germinate the pulses and eat it. Otherwise, it is not going to give you any benefit by directly cooking it. That's it.
Excellent. So this is a very important point that Ashwini has brought us to our attention, which I have spoken to you multiple times, कि जो भी lentils या pulses हम use करते हैं, especially lentils, अगर हम उसको germinate करें, अगर उसके जो little seedling से जो sprouting आता है, अगर वो करे तो उसके benefits और जास्ती हो जाते हैं. The amino acids availability, the digestion, the nutrient availability, the phytates will be taken away, and what Ashwini was trying to say is the anti-nutrients, because some of the nutrients that is available in that will not be made available to your body for absorption. When you soak it, the skin becomes a little bit more, less tougher, and the nutrients are more readily absorbed by the body. The GI tract of the human body sometimes cannot digest the harder skin. So that's why you want to soak it and germinate it. And when you germinate it, the nutrients are going to be more readily available. Half a cup of lentils or half a cup of any dals, for example, can give you close to about 7 to 10 grams of protein. Half a cup of cooked lentils. And if you soak it and you germinate it, that amino acid availability is available. And important availability of a particular food. When you eat lentils with a little bit of other nutrients, like your sabji that you add, or your spinach that you add to it, the combination of these foods is more precise. So when you make dal or you add a vegetable to it, it is going to enhance the flavor and enhance nutrition. Another way that they use masoor dal especially is as a combination with other grains, because the nutrients combine and give you a wholesome food. Combination of masoor especially is in your pesarettu or your adai that they make in South India. I don't know how I think they even make like a masoor dosa, if I'm not wrong, like a thin dosa. So these are all the ways that you can use masoor in your food. Okay, next one, please.
Next one. Who wants to go? Raise your hands, or like this one. Whoever did not go, we'll prefer them. Usha Kapoor ji, yeah, then Hasumati auntie. Okay? Yeah.
Okay. Usha Kapoor ji, please.
Yeah. Vegetable 500.
Vegetable for 500 it is for you.
This is sweet potato, shakarkandi.
Yuca.
No, this is not shakargand.
It's that sweet potato family. It is.
Yeah, but can you be more specific with the name of the vegetable, Ji?
Maybe yam.
Okay.
Yeah.
The root
How do you
vegetable.
use? How do you? Okay. So this is shakarkand,
That's what
or
I
it
said.
is also called, yeah, it is shakarkand. That's also called yuca, or it is
Yuca.
also, yeah, it's also called cassava.
Okay.
And yeah, and it is in the same in the same family as the Suran families and everything. How do you use it? How do you use shakarkand in your cooking?
This one I just boil
Vegetable.
and
No,
put
tell me the
boil, peel it, and like a chaat, put chaat masala or
Ah,
salt, pepper, and eat it with other salad. Mix it with salad.
Okay,
Correct.
very good. Ashwini, please.
red hoti.
Cassava. So for what happens in the cassava is that first of all, it has a goitrogen. So whoever wants to eat it, don't eat it in any kind of raw way. Get it cooked in a very well way and add some salt whenever you are cooking in it, so that the goitrogenic effect does not remain. Because whatever goitrogen is there, that means what happens is that if you consume a goitrogen, then you will obviously get a thyroid problem, hypothyroid problem, because the iodine is not getting intake in the thyroid. So what I am telling is that because the goitrogen is like heat labile, that means if you cook it, it is going to be not there. So what happens? You can cook the cassava very well and add a pinch of salt also, so that you will get the iodine also along with it. So first point is that, and second point is that whoever wants to be gluten free, if you want a flour for, instead of wheat flour, you can make a cassava flour or tapioca flour, something like that, and use it. Next is that it is rich in three things which is very, very important for bone health: vitamin K, calcium, magnesium. So all the three things are there. So all the postmenopausal women can use it to reduce the osteoporosis. And third thing, three things I have said. Fourth thing is that it has two things which is helpful for the prevention of anemia, both copper as well as iron. So two things are there in cassava, you can use it. These are the things I wanted to tell you.
Excellent, excellent. And I also see that a lot of the people are using it as a dried food, but there is some concern about using the toxicity of the food. So cooking it and adding avoiding the goitrogenic effect by adding the salt is probably one important way. And an important other factor that I see is very critical here is it can be used as a replacement for a low calorie food. So it can be used as a weight loss, meal replacement also, which is very important. And most of these in the Suran family or the cassava family, whatever they are, these are all vegetables which has also got the sliminess in it. The sliminess in it is a very good factor of good fiber. So that sliminess is any vegetable that's got the slime in it, that stickiness in it, is a good factor for fiber. So please remember that. Okay, who's going next? Geeta ji?
Hasumati auntie.
Sumati auntie, please.
Semia. Hasumati auntie, are you there? Yes. Unmute. You have to unmute Hasumati auntie. Yes.
Grain 400.
Grain for 400.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what you have in grain for 400. All right.
Yeah, gehu.
Gehu.
Barley.
Okay.
Barley.
Okay,
No.
is it gehu or barley? Which is it?
Gehu.
Okay. All right.
Gehu.
Well, it is
It
is in the same category, but it is not gehu, it is not wheat, it is spelt. So spelt is, Ashwini, I'm going to have you talk about it a little and then I can go ahead and give some good insight on it.
When I was actually, we don't have spelt, we never study spelt in India actually. So when I was searching on spelt, it was said that it is like very, very early forms of wheat. It has being said in the article. So it is rich in dietary fiber if you are consuming whole spelt, not processed or something. Whole spelt is like rich in dietary fiber. And it is rich in vitamin B, and all the important micronutrients are there in spelt. So, but we never, I don't know, we are using it in India or not, but I never heard about spelt here. So that's my
Yeah, no. And spelt, actually, I got to know about spelt only after I came, when I did my master's year, when we used to cook a lot of bread. We used, instead of wheat, we used spelt flour. Spelt flour has got a lot more micronutrients. And yes, like Ashwini said, it's an early germination stage of the wheat. And it is a very similar family in the wheat family. But the advantage with spelt is that, the GI concerns, as we see with wheat today, because they do see that in the United States, especially the structure of wheat, with a lot of GMOs and everything, it has altered quite a bit. But spelt can be a better nutrition in comparison to the wheat flour. And spelt can be excellent for bread making. It can be used as a replacement for wheat flour. It has also got all the micronutrients. All your vitamins and minerals is enriched or added more in the spelt flour than the other flours that you'd have. Like, for example, when you compare the rice flour to spelt flour has got a lot more nutrients. Okay, who's going next?
Yes, who wants to go? Whoever did not go, I prefer them. Anyone else?
Why don't you call names? Call names.
One minute, and yes, Rashminda Patel ji. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes. Fruits
me.
for 300.
Fruits for 300?
Yes.
Rashminda. Yes, Rashminda ji. Yes.
Coconut?
No.
Please take a look one more time and, make your guess one more time, please. Got a little bit more time there.
In Gujarati is kotha.
Kotha.
Rashminda ji, is that your final answer?
Yes.
Kotha.
Okay. All right, let's see what the answer is.
Bale.
Wood apple. Oh God. Now this is new. I have never had a wood apple.
ગુજરાતીમાં એને કોઠું પણ કહી શકે છે.
Oh, in
Bhel
South,
is
like
called.
near Lalita ji, I don't know, like whether you remember or not. In near schools, they used to sell all these. They used to put salt and little chili on it. Like they used to cut and give it.
If it's kotu right now, they have it.
Yeah, kotu also. Yeah.
Yeah, they sell in Patek Brothers too. Yeah. I don't know his name in Reddit. Yeah.
You know, when we used to do this is Anasuya.
Is the seed
In
inside?
Ram Navami, instead of lemon juice,
उसका अचार भी बनता है और चटनी भी बनती है. अच्छी बनती है.
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying you make achar and chutney, and then somebody talked about the Ramanomi celebration. What was that about?
We used to make it like panakam. Instead of lemon, we use bale.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
No
Wonderful. So looks like there is some, this is a very old food that people have used back in India. And you do get this as a dried thing in the Patel Brothers is what you're talking about.
Yes.
You soak it and use it like imli.
Imli. Okay. So it's got the same like your...
बहुत खट्टा होता है.
बहुत खट्टा होता है. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sweet. It's sweet and गर्मियों में लू के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है.
बहुत अच्छा है.
Acha. Very good. Ashwini, do you have any benefits out of it?
Yes, ma'am. It has so much benefits, and important is vitamin A, very much rich in vitamin A. Actually, I don't know if you people do it. Like in Vinayagar Chavithi, we'll keep one food apple to Vinayagar for him on in the festivals, and then we directly eat it. We don't do any kind of thing in here in Tamil Nadu. So that is one thing. And next is that it can cure any type of GI disorders, mostly dysentery, diarrhea. If you are suffering from it, people usually eat it. What they are telling is that you have to eat unripe, not the ripened fruit, if you want to cure dysentery or diarrhea. And next is, yes, it is anti-diabetic, anti-inflammatory. All the properties which are needed are there. Antipyretic. Even if you have fevers, you can eat fruits. The fruits which can be recommended when you have fever, like that. Something. And
Wonderful.
And one other thing is that it can lower the cholesterol levels too, and it can decrease your liver inflammation or fatty liver, any kind of thing that is going into your liver actually.
Excellent, excellent. And it looks like it's one of the, most more religious foods that is used in a lot of the festivals that we follow. So good to know. And that it's also rich in vitamin C, and it's also got a lot of laxative properties, as she was saying, the concerns with GI concerns, anything to do with diarrhea or, dysentery or anything. If you have GI concerns, they say when you take the wood apple, it really helps, or it lessens the conditions. Okay, who's going next, Geeta ji?
Sushma ji. Sushma ji, please unmute yourself. Sushma ji, unmute yourself.
Pulse for 400.
Pulse for 400. Okay.
Oh.
Chora.
Bal. Let Sushma ji answer.
Black eye means.
Okay, Sushma ji, what's the answer?
Lobia, cow beans.
Yeah, black eye means.
Sushma ji, is that your answer?
Chori.
Okay. Okay. So cow peas, black eyed peas, lobia. How do you use it, Sushma ji, in your cooking?
Choli. We call it choli too.
We boil it, make a gravy, and लोबिया को उबाल के दाल की तरह और फिर उसमें स्पाइसेस डाल के ग्रेवी बना के दाल की तरह खाते हैं.
Acha, very nice. Okay. And Ashwini, please, can you give some insight on how it can be beneficial?
Actually, whatever I said for pulses is everything is similar to cowpeas too. But the one thing is that among all the pulses, cowpea has the most amount of iron in it for 100 grams. Like it is the most amount of iron compared to any other pulse actually. So whoever wants to improve the anemia can actually consume cowpea. That is the one point I wanted to add. All other points are common to the pulse families actually.
Excellent, very good. And also, I would like to add here that whenever you consume iron, if you add your dals and stuff, a little bit of lemon juice to it when you make it, it is going to increase the absorption of iron, because the vitamin C is a good, it's a good added enhancing factor to absorb the iron better. So please, any of your pulses that you use when you are looking for the non-heme iron, when it is produced in the vegetables and your fruits, if you add a little bit of vitamin C to it, the absorption capacity is improved. But lobia or uske dal banate hain. In South India, in Kerala, they make a very unique dish called olan, which is made out of pumpkin, and it is made out of white pumpkin and red pumpkin or yellow pumpkin. And uske saad hum ye lobia, we cook it, we boil it, and we add it with a little bit of coconut oil and tadka with kadi patta. It tastes really yummy with sambar and rasam and everything. So olan is a very, very popular dish from Kerala. It's a very easy dish, and you can make it with no trouble. So please, all of you look up, maybe the dish of the day can be olan for you. You can try it out in your house. Okay, who's going next?
One, Jyotsna auntie.
Jyotsna ji.
Yeah, 300 vegetable.
300 for vegetable.
Guava. Jam pod.
Yes.
What is this?
Yeah,
What is this?
I don't know.
No.
Tinda. Just like a locky.
Tinda.
It's Tinda.
Tinda, tinda.
Tinda.
What the fruits? Tinda.
Okay, we find out what the answer is.
Boplu.
Jyotsna ji, what's your final answer?
Tinda.
Boplu. No, Tinda.
Tinda.
Oh, Tinda. I don't know.
Tinda. Okay, good job.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
દૂધી જેવું હોય, દૂધી જેવું.
Yeah, how do you use Tinda,
Vegetable.
Jyotsna ji?
I cook vegetable like cut it pieces and then tadka and then vagar and let it little water and then cook for 15 minutes.
Excellent.
Then,
Very nice.
And then make a do spices. All use
Coconut also put
spices.
the coconut. Nice.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Geeta ji, how
Yeah.
come we don't have any men in the session? Why are all the men not coming?
They don't cook.
They stop cooking.
We have to campaign for more men in the group now. What is this? This is all women's group now. Huh?
I know.
Barwa Tinda.
No,
Barwa Tinda.
we have some men in the group, but they're behind the camera. Gautam Kumar, you want to unmute yourself and
Geeta ji, Tinda is round. Is Tinda round?
Yeah, I'm listening and watching Kumar here.
ये गोल होता है, ये
Yes,
भरवा
sir.
टिंडा भी बड़ा अच्छा बनता है, स्पाइस लगा के भरवा टिंडा।
गोल भी होते हैं, लॉन्ग भी होते हैं, बहुत सारे varieties होते हैं. And in English, it's called Indian round gourd. So it's from the gourd family.
Indian
Before we
round
go to the
gourd.
next one,
Dudhini jat.
Ashwini, please share your knowledge about Tinda.
So
Or
it
round
is one of the foods which is like very low calorie foods. If you want to take, if you are on a diet, if you want to lose weight, you can use actually Indian gourd. It is like whatever Tinda we people are calling. And next to this, it is rich in folate actually. Very, very rich in folate and vitamin C. And next thing is it is very rich in potassium, but it is low in sodium, which is very, very well helpful for all the patients who have high BP. So you can use it. And it is rich in dietary fiber too.
Okay, so one of the most important things I remember from childhood and from adulthood is Tinda ka sabji banate hain, of course, like Jyotsna ji said. But in Andhra, they make a lot of the chutneys. They make from many of the gourds. They will chutney यानी के वो skin निकाल कर उसको थोड़ा सा तड़का बनाते हैं और उसके साथ sesame seeds and with a little bit of imli and with a little bit of, sometimes they add coconut, but mainly they make these chutneys, or like in Tamil it is called tuvayal or tugayal, and they actually mix it with rice and ghee. So it is really good, especially when it is eaten fresh that way, because the vegetable is not overcooked. So you kind of slightly saute it in thoda sa sesame seed oil, and add a little bit of sesame seed, little bit of tamarind, little bit of salt, one red chili, and then make a nice ground paste out of it and add tadka to it and make it like a chutney with rice. It tastes yummy. Very yummy. Very simple and easy to make. So, okay, who's going next?
Next we'll pick Gautam Kumar ji.
Gautam ji, please.
Yeah, we can take fruits 200.
Nice. Okay, fruits for 200 it is.
Plum plant. Plum plant.
Gautam ji ko bolne do, please.
Looks like plum only.
Okay. How do you usually use it? Are you a plum lover, Gautam ji?
I take some time.
You take some time. Okay. Do you know of any of the benefits from the plums before we go ahead and give you more information?
Yeah, normally, it's a good fruit, and That's how we take it raw.
Okay. The other thing I did want to share with all our members is that any fruit, if you try and consume it separately as a meal by itself, and I've spoken about this, especially with the Ayurvedic, principles, they say fruit should not be consumed along with other foods. Western culture में हम ज़्यादातर बहुत ज़्यादातर fruits खाने के साथ खा लेते हैं, but fruit in the traditional system of Ayurveda, they say try and eat your fruit away from other meals. Number one, because absorption is better and the nutrients are better absorbed. But besides that, there is a lot of digestive properties also that can be enhanced better with eating the fruit in itself as a snack or a separate meal than combining it with other foods.
And
Ashwini,
I
I'm
think
going
this
to
is
go ahead.
anti-acid. This is anti-acid, isn't it?
Anti-acid. You mean plum? Hello? Gautamji, did you say plum is an anti-acid?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know specifically about plum being an anti-acid, but I'll probably have Ashwini give some insight about it.
Actually, whatever I read didn't say anything about anti-acid nature of plum, but compared to any other fruit, it has more amount of vitamin K and calcium also. So it is going to helpful. It is going to be helpful in your bone health. Actually, first point. Second is that it is going to helpful in reducing your blood glucose levels. Two points are there actually. And one thing is that even though it tastes very, very sweet, it is not going to increase your blood glucose level. So you can use it, no problem with that. And it has also dietary fiber actually.
Yes, fibrous, definitely.
People who are on blood thinners don't take plums because it has so much of vitamin K, then it is going to cause so much drug nutrient interactions. So don't avoid plums who are on blood thinners actually, or any kind of.
And also, yeah, thank you, Ashwini. Yes, that's a very important point made. And also, dried plums is nothing but prunes. So when you are consuming prunes, when you are on blood thinners, if you're on Coumadin or warfarin or any of those, it has got a lot of vitamin K. So you got to be careful, especially with kidney conditions. Plums or prunes can be a little bit, causing side effects. So be very careful about that. But besides that, plums can, they even make a nice halwa, a dessert with prunes and with plums. So that is a great way. I mean, of course, it's got a lot of good nutrients in it. Most of your fruits in the plum category or in the cherry categories, they would all have many of the antioxidants and the vitamins and minerals. If you need your vitamins and minerals, your fruits and vegetables are going to be the answer for it. But when it is consumed in the dehydrated form or when it's consumed in the dry form, it's high in sugar versus the original form where it has got less sugar. Thank you, Gautam ji. Okay, who's going next?
Thank you for your explanation.
Whoever is behind the camera, I don't know like whether they are in front of it. Just I'm going to call the names. Harvansh Aunty ji, are you there? Harvansh Kumar. Niranjan Aunty ji, 1 minute. और जिसका नहीं हुआ है, we'll give preference to them. Harvansh Aunty ji.
Harvansh ji, please give your choice.
Okay, Neelam Soni.
Neelam ji.
Okay,
Neelam ji, are you there?
I don't know. Okay, like whoever is raising their hand, we'll give
I will
them
go with the fruits 100.
Harvansh ji is going with fruits for 100. Yeah.
Okay, I will come later.
Peach.
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 Very good.
Peach.
Okay, let us see if that's the right answer.
It is peach.
Nectarines.
But the right answer is apricot. So you were close. Peach and apricot. So the difference between peach is it's a little bit more rounded and it doesn't have the edge like what the apricot has. And you will see that the apricot is slightly oval versus peaches are a little bit more rounded. But Ashwini, can you please be more specific on some of the benefits?
Okay, so
Apricot.
if you see the color, you can understand it will have so much of beta carotene in that. So it is rich in very rich in vitamin A. It is rich in all the B vitamins also. And the next is that it contains too much organic acid. So it is helpful in maintaining that acid balance in the stomach also, and it will be very helpful if there is a thing like if you want your iron to be absorbed, you need a good amount of acidic pH actually in your stomach. So if you're consuming apricot, then you are providing a good amount of acidic state in your stomach, which will helpful in the absorption of the iron also. So these things I wanted to let you know.
It's a sweet taste.
It's got a sweet taste. Apricot is best probably also made, uska jam jo banta hai, because it's got high pectin. Just like apples, apricot jam is very tasty and yummy. I have actually made apricot jams at home, and apricot is another fruit which can be eaten dry. जैसे हम लोग वो fruit trail या fruit mix होता है ना, just trail mix होता है nuts और fruits के साथ जो होता है. But the only thing is you have to remember that it has got high sugar when it is dehydrated or when it is dried versus in its original form. But as Ashwini said, by the color you can identify. When it is orange-red color or orange-pink color, it has got beta carotene, which is a precursor for vitamin A. So for good eyes, for good skin, for good, a lot of the good properties for the heart, for the many good properties of vitamin A, apricot is a good source. Who's going next, Geeta ji?
Neelam Soni, uske baad Adarsha ji. Okay.
Okay,
Neelam.
and I think we'll be done with that, right? With 2 more?
Yeah.
Okay. Or maybe we can take 3 more. Yeah. Neelam ji. Neelam ji, are you there?
Neelam Soni, like unmute yourself.
Neelam ji, can you unmute yourself? Okay, let's go with the next one and then come back to Neelam ji.
Okay, Adarsha ji.
Adarsha ji.
Vegetables for 100.
Vegetables for 100. Okay.
Carrot. Radish. Is it
No,
reddish?
it is not carrot.
Looks different, but reddish kind. Mooli.
Ginger.
White.
This is different.
Raw ginger. Adrak. Nice.
No.
Okay, Adarji, what is your final answer? Arrowroot is the right answer.
Yeah, no,
Arrowroot.
I never seen that. I never seen that.
You've never
I
seen
have
it.
seen the powder, but not the fresh one.
जी. और बचपन में एरोरूट का जो कंजी होता है वो बच्चों को खिलाते हैं हम लोग. But yeah, arrowroot is, again, Ashwini, please, if you can give the insight and then I'll add on.
Yeah, why we actually most of we know only arrowroot flour because it's like a substitute for wheat flour. Whoever is gluten or sensitive, so you arrowroot flour also. Same way the cassava flour we are using. Next thing is it has low GA, so it is very diabetic friendly and high in potassium, calcium, magnesium, which will be very helpful for your bone growth, bone health actually. And next is that we were discussing in the earlier sessions, like in IBS we can use only certain vegetables. Among them, arrowroot is there because we are not including wheat. When we will ask patients to not eat wheat if they have IBS, so that it doesn't irritate their intestines. So in that time you can use arrowroot flour because it is a gluten free. So these are the things I wanted to let you know.
Excellent. You're such an asset to the group, Ashwini. You bring so much value to the the insight that you bring. Arrowroot is also a good binder. So whenever you don't want to use wheat flour or anything gluten based, you want to use a thickening agent. Arrowroot is a good thing to use because it is also got the resistant starch, which doesn't get absorbed in the body. So it's got the fiber in it. It's got the resistant starch, which doesn't get absorbed. So it is a lot of, it's a low glycemic food, as Ashwini said. So jinko diabetes hai, अगर उनको arrowroot किसी हिसाब से किसी में mix करना है, if you want to get a replacement for a rice flour and stuff, arrowroot is a good powder to mix with. Also, even when you want to do your batter and stuff, when you want to make like a thin batter, when you're doing some breading, you can use cassava flour or arrowroot flour. You can make like a thin batter out of it and put your breadcrumbs in that, like you want to make cutlets and stuff. Iske sabhi hisab se, instead of cornstarch, you can use arrowroot flour. These are all higher properties of nutrition in here than, you know, the corn flour and stuff like that. So good point made, Ashwini. Okay, who's going next?
Manjula Panchal.
Manjula ji.
Unmute yourself.
Manjula ji.
Okay, Niranjan Aunty ji, go ahead.
Yeah. Herbs and spice, 300.
300 for herbs and spices. Okay.
Mint.
Okay. आप क्या करते हो मिंट का?
Oh no, tulsi. I'm sorry, tulsi.
Okay. So this can be very deceiving, right? The leaves look very much alike. Correct. So it's a very common mistake that we do, but when you see it in person, you'll definitely be able to identify, especially with the smell, that mint and holy basil is very different.
different.
Yes. How do you use it in your cooking? Holy basil.
Put in the water to boil for the tea.
Okay. For the
We are
tea.
not cooking, we are eating like that.
Just by itself. हाँ. Holy basil or
फीवर में भी अच्छा है लेने के लिए.
Yes, bless you. Ashwini, can you add value to this, please? We know it as a medicinal food, but you know, where else can you add it?
It's like it improves immunity, ma'am. So it's like all the properties are there. It can be antimicrobial, it can be antiviral, it can be an anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, anti-stress, antioxidant. It has all the properties. In my home, we use just like that. We just tulsi leaves and eat it in the morning. Those who have cough, cold, every day we eat it. You don't have to make a dish or something. You can just eat 3 or 4 leaves after washing it, just like that. So it's
absolutely.
You're getting free medicine, like you don't have to take for paracetamol or anything, or cough medicine, cold medicine. You just can take it from your garden directly.
The one thing that I usually make is a tulsi decoction. I add a lot of tulsi, especially during the winter season. I take a lot of the tulsi leaves. Because in the winter season, the tulsi plant may not survive. So I pluck all the leaves and then, you know, it does kind of sprout back later. I keep the seeds available. But the leaves that are dried up, I nicely boil it. I make a decoction out of it. I add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of turmeric, and a little bit of honey. Whenever you have a sore throat, if you take a couple teaspoons of this decoction, not the concentrated decoction, it really helps to cut out the phlegm and decongestant. It's a natural decongestant. Rather than taking your Sudafed and your your cold medications and your Tylenol for cold and flu and everything, Tulsi plant is probably, that's why it's called the holy basil. But the decoction, you can add it in tea, as somebody said, but the decoction is much more of a stronger concoction of it. So it makes a little bit more, adds a little bit more benefits to it. Tulsi is also coming as tablets now, in your Ayurvedic medicines. If you crush a little bit of that into your, water and add it when you are drinking your water, when you have a cold or a cough with warm water, that's also very beneficial. Okay, one last person, maybe Geeta ji?
Sushila Shah.
Sushila ji, okay.
Sushila aunty, please unmute yourself.
Sushila ji?
Yes.
Yes. Spices for 500.
Spices for 500. Okay. What is the answer?
Rosemary?
No, it's not rose.
Think about it.
सलाद में होता है.
Kale. Is it kale?
No.
No.
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
Good answer. Who gave the answer of dandelion?
Sushma Jagi.
Sushma ji. Good job. Very good. Very good session. I think we completed a lot of tiles too. So we have a few more. We will finish it up next week. But before we conclude for today, Ashwini, if you want to add some information about the dandelion leaves, and then I will give some information.
First, that if you want a good amount of good microbacteria growing in your intestine, you can use actually dandelion. And next is it does all the properties, like it is anti-diabetic, lowers cholesterol, and all the vitamins and minerals are there in it. But my main point is that it has an inulin, which helps in growing good bacteria in the gut. So if you have good gut, you will have a good amount of immunity, and you will not have any metabolic syndrome like this. All those things are getting controlled. So I wanted to say.
Lovely. And so it's basically it's a prebiotic, correct?
It's a prebiotic, basically.
Yeah. So my dear India Home members, I think we have been playing this game for a lot of different sessions. Thank you very much. Good job. I think we're improving our knowledge. Each time we are all learning something new. But most important is, at least let's cook 1 or 2 of these vegetables that gives you a lot of those nutrients. Come and share with us maybe some new recipes that you have. I think that's the only way we can make it interactive. And India Home members, let's get more men in the group. We want more men to cook also with us. So,
Latika ji,
Geeta ji,
Tulsi and basil is the same thing?
No.
Holy
basil is different. Basil is different.
No. Latika ji, I have a cough, very thick cough. Can you tell me what I do?
There are a lot of different things you may need to do. First of all, if it's an infection cough, you need to get checked with the doctor to see that you don't have any chest inflammation or congestion. You can cut it out with simple medicines like, a little bit of turmeric and pepper in your milk and take it. But before you do all that, I want to first make sure that you are not prone to having a pneumonia or something. If you have bad cough and congestion, first check if you have phlegm in your chest and you need to get checked with a doctor. But if it's a normal cough, cough can also come from hyperacidity. If you have hyperacidity, agar aapka acidity level high ho, so there will be dry cough, which can also be like a common cold or a cough. So I won't be able to give you a complete diagnosis for that without seeing you, but the normal home-based remedies can be making a tea with a lot of your, pepper, a little bit of jeera, a little bit of haldi, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of coriander seeds. सारे पाउडर करवा के अगर आप टी का एक डिकॉक्शन करवाएं और थोड़ा सा उसमें गुड़ डालें, that can help for the cough. Also clove और उसको क्या बोलते हैं, क्लव को क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में?
लविंग
अगर आप लवंग आप रखे between your jaw and bite it, उसका जूस जो है उसके हिसाब से आपका जो कॉफ है वो थम जाता है. But if you really have a concern with phlegm and congestion, I will definitely go and see a doctor and see that you're not having any breathing concerns.
I have yellow-green cough.
तो जरूर आप डॉक्टर से चेक करवा लो प्लीज. डॉक्टर के पास जरूर जाना. If it is yellow and green phlegm, then you definitely need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So, wonderful session, everybody. Good job. Let's get more people in the group every week. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ashwini, Monica, for being lovely supporters. Ashwini, you are a bounty full of
Ashwini ji,
knowledge.
thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.